All right, hello everyone, it's silverkyle, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Spawn Compendium Volume 1, which came out in February, so a few weeks back, where some people ended up getting their copies, but the majority of us actually were delayed because they had some stocking issues. There wasn't enough of these to go around, but from what I've gathered, they've all now recently been either shipped or people will be getting their copies soon if they don't already have them, which is good. You know, everything's been crazy the last little while for comic books, for everything actually. It's not just comic books and books and just all forms of anything, literally anything that you can buy. So I'm happy that we're all able to get this. I'm happy to have this, but we'll kind of go over it. There's definitely some positives here, but a few negatives too. But overall, still very happy to have this. I've been meaning to get into some Spawn for a long time. This is when I started reading Spawn in the 90s. I actually had some of the issues. I think I started with issue number 6, and I had a few after that, and then I stopped for a while, got back into it in the 80s, and I feel like this cover too. I don't know why they went with this cover. It's a nice cover, love it, but I feel like this is later on in the run, and it's not part of the first 50 issues. I feel like they could have picked up any of the other issues and put that as the front cover, but anyway, still looks fantastic. But I just really wish that they would have made you know, this image for the second compendium, because I think it's in the 80s, and this is the first 50 issues that we have here. But still looks absolutely beautiful. Look at that gloss, right? That's the one nice thing about a trade like this, is that that it is, because it's a soft cover and not a hard cover, we do get that really nice glossy shine from the cover here. Always like that image too. So this collects issues number 1 to 50, and it retails for $59.99. I believe that's just the American price. I don't know what the actual Canadian price is, but I ended up getting it from Indigo, and I was able to bring it down to $47 Canadian, with some sales and stuff like that, including shipping and taxes. And then I used a $20, I guess, points that I had accumulated from Indigo. So I only ended up paying $27 for this. So I'm very, very happy to get this for $27. Now, this is not oversized. This is not a hardcover. That's a negative right there. It is just, obviously it's going to be just glue binding, and it's not going to lay as nice as an omnibus would, because it is massive. So we are going to definitely get some gutter loss here. It's not going to want to stay open, and that's just the beginning of the problems with this. But it is a cheap version to collect all 51st issues of Spawn. So here we have kind of all the information for who worked on this in the first 50 issues. Obviously Todd McFarlane, which I absolutely love his art. That's probably one of the reasons why I was so attracted to Spawn to begin with, was for his art. And we also got Greg Capullo, who I also very much enjoy, and kind of cool that he worked on this. Now, as soon as we open it up to the next page, this is a big problem. Issue number 1 is shown right here, and that's how you know what issue you're on, because not only do we not get the covers saying what issue we're on, we don't even get the virgin covers. We don't get any covers in this at all, not even as extras at the end. There is no extras. This is as bare bones as you can get. But while I don't like it when it's just like, you know, and we don't have to get table of contents, like nothing like that, right? Just the compendium, the credits, boom, getting right into it. No forward, no nothing. I think that would have been kind of interesting too. I do enjoy forwards. I don't necessarily need them. I don't even necessarily need table of contents, but having the cover of the issues, some of those issue covers are beautiful, and it's really too bad that we don't have that here. But cheap way to get, like, still looking at this, it is a nice glossy pages. That is just beautiful. Obviously, Oh, that's actually not too bad. First few pages, and I mean, it is popping back up, but it's not snapping shut. I guess for something this size, that's necessarily a bad thing. We'll kind of go through Clown and Violator, just epic characters that I remember. I really liked the Clown. And I have opened this up, but it's not an omnibus, so it's very hard to figure out how you should stretch this out properly. Oh, just beautiful art. But yeah, issue number 4. Like, what if you're gonna? It just bothers me. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Now, obviously, we are getting some gutter loss here. That's to be expected with something this size, and it's unfortunate, but if you're giving us this, give us the cover. And I understand that they might do this because there's going to be like a 2-page spread every once in a while, so they kind of do that, but then just do that when you need to. You could have totally had a cover here, and I feel like it's just really unfortunate. I think that a lot of people would have really preferred to have the covers in these. And from what I've heard, they want to do 2 compendiums a year for the next 3 years. So we'll get Compendium 2, assuming that they're sticking with that plan, later on in the year. Then we'll get 2 in 2022 and 2 in 2023. So we'll actually have the first 300 issues of Spawn completely caught up. Because I think that they're on. And another thing too is that they do include these issues that... I can't remember exactly which issues they are. It's like the 10s and 11s or something like that. Issue 9. Yeah, there's a few here that have some characters that were previously belonged to. I can't remember the creator of this of these issues for that character. And there's a big battle between it, but we do have these issues. The only thing is that I don't know if you can really tell, and I don't know if this is exactly where I think this is one of the issues. It looks a bit different. Like, it looks a little bit more blurry than it normally would. I can't remember if it's issue 11 maybe. It's been so long. Oh, I remember having this issue. What issue is that? The big battle. Oh, look at that. Like, that could have been the cover. And some of the actual covers could have totally been the cover as well. Let's just look at this. Lots of gutter loss. I'll show you what there's not going to be an eye, but I'll show you what it looks like when I'm opening this book. Still, though, the art is beautiful. Obviously, the closer that we get to the middle, it does open up a little bit better, but it's still, there's a lot here, and you are going to get some gutter loss. So just bear that in mind. It is the cheaper version of having these issues. God. Yeah, it's beautiful. Sam and Twitch, I believe is their names. Oh. At least I'm getting it to show you. There's a lot of 2-page spreads in this. Oh, that's so cool. So at least I'm able to show you that. But it's, yeah, as you can see, let's just show you right there. That's how it lays, right? Like, it's really unfortunate. It's wanting to close now as well. If you've never read Spawn, it's really interesting. A soldier ends up dying, and to see his wife once again, he makes a deal with the devil called Malbolgia, and he becomes his hell spawn so that he can see his wife again. But his wife ends up being 5 years later after he died, so she's moved on, so he kind of gets screwed. And then he ends up, you know, having to help out hell essentially. And he decides that, you know, instead of doing that, he's not even going to side with heaven. he's going to side for mortals as heaven and hell kind of wage this massive war. So much detail. Love it. But as we get near the end, I don't really want to show anything, but that's the only extra that we get. That's it, which is the cover. So there you have it, the Spawn Compendium Volume 1. Massive book, but it is not oversized. It's not hardcover. You don't get the covers. You don't get virgin covers. You don't get any extras. Some negatives, but it's cheap. And it's a good way to collect, I guess, the first 50 issues, potentially. So there you have it. Take that as you will. Thank you all for watching. You have been bearded in. Beardage!